This is the ClonerAlliance Pocket Pro. This is the 2025 version of a VCR. This little guy right here can take any analog footage and convert it into a digital format so that you can watch it at your leisure, whenever you want, how you want. So if you want to put it on a hard drive or an SD card or a micro SD card or a flash drive, you can do that with this little box right here. Use it to convert old videos from VHS, DVD, you name it, it'll record it. But the problem is it legal? Because it tends to bypass a lot of those security things that are in these DVD movies. If that's got your curiosity piqued, well, keep watching because you're watching Blue Collar Guy. Okay, so this is the ClonerAlliance Pocket Pro. Now, I did a review on their UHD Pro. That's a 4K version of this, but it doesn't have a built-in screen. This is a very portable unit. You can use NP batteries with it. So for me, it's great for a YouTuber because you can actually use it kind of like a camera monitor. Now, it won't have all the features of a camera monitor, but you can use it as a backup recorder, and that's pretty cool. So let's go to the downward shot and take this out of the box, and I'm going to show you what it is, what it can do, and we're going to do some test footage with it. So this is the ClonerAlliance Box Pro Pocket. Now, I might not have said that exactly the same way in my intro, but you get the gist of it. This is the 1080p 60 frames per second version. If I turn to this side of the box, it says ClonerAlliance. On the back of the box, it says it'll convert analog to digital, video game capture, digital to video recording, online video recording. So if you're online, you want to record something, screen recorder, so you can hook it directly into your computer. And it's got instant playback because it's got a screen. I'm just going to go back to here. Okay, so on this side, we have, and I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. So we have the model number, the manufacturer address. We have the caution, keep this device out of reach of children. I guess they don't want them to eat the batteries or whatever if there's batteries in there. So I recently did a review of this one right here. This is the UHD 4K Pro. And someone gave me a question about the resolution. They said that if you put in a 4K 60 into this device, that it will go to 1080p 60. And that's because of the hardware inside. It's not a fault of the device. It's simply matching the frame rate. Now, I'm not too sure if this portable version will do the same thing. It may change the resolution or the frame rate. However, these devices try to match the resolution and the frame rate to the best of their ability. So they analyze that signal and they try to give you the best reproduction that they can. The person wasn't happy that it went to 1080p 60, but what it was doing was it was matching the frame rate because it thought that that person would want a smoother video. Had they picked 4K 30, it would have recorded in 4K 30 no problem. Interested in recording in 4K, I'm going to put this one on the end screen and you can check out the review I did on this one because this is also a very popular device. Now I'm just going to take this because it's going to slide. And then this comes off. There we go. It's very well boxed and it's got a nice instruction manual here. And we will be taking a look at that. Oh, it's in full color. That's good. That is good. Here is the device itself. And we've got some foam. And I have no doubt there's some adapters and cables under here. And there is. And it even comes with an NP battery. So that's pretty good. And it comes with a charging cable because you can charge this particular NP battery with a USB-C cable because it has an input. It comes with an HDMI cable. It also comes with another cable. This is to hook it up to a computer if you want to have a capture card on your computer. And this is a cable if you want to convert older style videos and you want to convert them to HDMI, and then you can digitize them. So this is for a computer, and this is for inputs for old style DVD players, VCRs, that sort of thing. I believe the yellow is video, and then the other two are left and right for your audio. And then we have an adapter, of course. And we also have a remote control. There are no batteries in the remote control, but it does come with the NP battery for the unit itself, which is kind of nice. And we're going to get this out of here. Let me just move that. And we're going to see what this looks like. Oh, there we go. Wow, that's pretty nice. This is a nice quality looking unit. It feels good. There is the IR remote receiver, and this is where the NP battery goes. Now, I have other NP batteries, and the nice thing about NP batteries is they're very common, and they come in different sizes, so if you want to have longer run times, you can just get one of those. So I don't have to use this one. I can use one of my other ones. But this one is just in case you don't have a dedicated NP battery charger. So, and I will take a look to see what the rating is on this guy, and we will see how many milliamp hours is it. This is an F550, and 5 volts, 2 amps, and it does Type-C charging. And I'm just looking at 16,000. Oh, sorry. 2,200 amp hours. 2,200 amp hours it is. It's hard to read, but it's very small print, but it is pretty common, and it's got a little LED light there, and there is your USB-C. But I do have a dedicated charger where I just plug it in and it charges it that way. So you can either use this or you can use one of those other type of chargers. It'll work for both. And we're going to take off this. There we go. Oh, that's nice. Nice feeling to take that off. The buttons. I like the buttons. They are a nice premium feel on the buttons. We have a trash can. Nice, easy to read. Nice and big. Like, that's a nice big recording button. You want to record something? Bam, there you go. So this is your MMI input. This is your HDMI input. This is a line input. This is a microphone input. This is a microphone output. This is your HDMI output. This goes to your PC. That's this guy right here. And this is your power supply, this guy right here. So, and it's got nice rubber feet. And on this side, that's your remote control IR. On this side, we have the USB-C. And they call it a TF card, but it's micro SD. It's the same thing. On the remote, you have there are no batteries that come with it, so you'll need to get some batteries. What kind of batteries does it take? Looks like AAAs. I got lots of those, so it shouldn't be a problem. And you have your record button, you have stop, and then you get to pick which audio or video input that you're using. So if you're using VGA, if you're using Super VHS, AV, or your HDMI, you click on that. You can also change your aspect ratios. This is 4:3, and I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. So this is 4:3, 16:9, and this is your microphone. You can turn it on and off. That's speaker, information, camera. This is to take a snapshot. And this is your home screen. Go back, playback, and you can do scheduled recording as well. And time. We're going to see what type of scheduling you can do on here. And you can delete there. So it has all of the functions that you need on the remote control. So you get all of the cables with it. I'm going to test out this device and see how well it works. I do believe I have an old school DVD player, but I'm not too sure if I have any DVDs to put in there, but we'll see how that works. And I also don't have an old school computer, but if you do, this device can record all of that video as well. So that's going to come in handy. So if you wanted to use this to make money, a lot of people are converting older videos and they're digitizing them. They're doing that for old wedding videos. They're doing that for funerals. They're doing that for all kinds of services. And they charge $15 to $30 to do that. So this little box can actually make you some money and show you of what I have. So this is me, of course, looking at me, looking at me, looking at me. And I'm recording, because you can see I'm recording. And if I stop recording, it'll say saving, and it's recording onto an SD card. And I think I have 128 gigabyte in there. And I'm just going to show you the menu system on this box because it is kind of interesting. So I hit home to show the time on the clock. So you can actually set your recording resolution, your bit rate. So I just adjusted that to high because it was on mid, and you can actually change it to low too. And that will improve your resolution. You can do loop recording, time watermark, auto stop, and your system time. And if I don't want to show the system time, I don't have to. But if you have a surveillance camera situation, you want to use this to record that will come in handy. So if I click over here, then I can adjust the brightness, the contrast, the saturation, the sharpness. One thing I will say about this company is they do a good job on their color science. Their color science is really well done. These are all the different volumes. HDMI volume, mic volume, line in volume, speaker volume. Now I had to put that down to 0 because of feedback. I was getting squealing. Line out mixed. Because you can use this to record gaming. So if you're a gamer and you like to record those, this is a capture device. And schedule recording, there we go. So I'm going to turn that on just to show you what that is. So over here, I have the U-Box 12. This is a Chinese streaming box. And I've got it fed in through my video switcher, which is then fed into here. And I can record all of these different programs. So all of these different times. So I can set the times and the date when I want it to start recording and when I can't stop recording. It's got 5 settings. So I'm just going to go back to me really quick. So you still have to set the channel that you want it to record on. It doesn't have a tuner in it. You plug the HDMI input into it, and then you set the time and the schedule. So if you're not there, it will record. Just make sure that your streaming box is set on that appropriate channel so that when your show kicks on, the box will record because it's just going to record what it sees. So just keep that in mind. It can do 5 different times. You can set the date and the time for each one. Now that you can also set if it's just a once or every day. And then here, I can shut this off and I can go back. So if I don't want to have that interfered. And as you can see, it's got me in the corner down here. And this is what it looks like. So it's like a mirror effect right now. And it says I got a TF card in there or a micro SD card. That's USB flash. And this is out. So you can also hook an external hard drive up to here. And you can put up to 8 terabytes. And that's pretty good. And then if I go to playback, I go to my SD card, and here's some videos. And if I play here, you can see me, and this is what it looks like. So I can use this in my YouTube channel as a backup recorder. So even though I record onto my OC Go Stream, I can use this to backup record everything. And that's kind of cool. And it's also portable because if you look on the back, I can put an NP battery back here. It'll just run for hours. I did notice that it gets kind of warm, but it's not too bad. It's not like too hot to touch or anything like that, but it is a recording device, and I'm sure that processor's just going a mile a minute recording. It's recording on the fly, and that makes devices get hot. So this is what the recording playback looks like. And then if I click on here and I click again, then you go to the next one, and there is a recording I did of the U-Box, and this is what it looks like. And of course, it's just going to screen capture everything I do. So as I scroll around, see, I'm scrolling around, and it's just recording everything. And there's what it looks like on the U-Box. So if you want to know what that looks like, well, I put a video on that, and you can check that one out. But streaming boxes, even pirate streaming boxes, work well with this device. So, and then there's a little bit of CNN. I better cover up the logos. So don't want to have that, but you get what I'm saying. So anyways, that's what that looks like. Okay, so this is an example of the full screen of what you get when you're recording with the ClonerAlliance Box Pro Pocket. And it is a very well-made device. There is no screen tearing. There is no jitters. There is no distortion. The color science is really good. This is a very good quality product. You know, I've tested other screen capture devices, and sometimes you can get screen tearing, you can get jitters, you can get hesitation, you can get screen freezing. I'm not getting that with this box at all. And the color science is very important to me because if I use this as a camera monitor, like to monitor and do a backup recording from my cameras, it needs to match those colors because people pay a lot of money for camera monitors for that reason. Here is the remote control. Remote control is pretty easy to understand. There's your external speaker. So if you don't want to have feedback, that's the one you turn down. And then, of course, you got your line in and out over here and your other one here. So that's microphone, and this is your, I believe, your main in and out as well. So then you get your playback, your timer, schedule. It's got basically VCR style remote controls. And over here, you have HDMI, VGA, and these ones. Now, if you are using, and I'm just going to unplug this from here. So if you are using this to record old movies and things like that, you use this plug over here. And so this spaghetti thing here of cords, I'm just going to make sure I've got the right one. So this little nest of connectors here, if you had old cameras and old DVD players and old VCRs, you know what these are. And if you have a computer, you know what this is. And this is where you plug into it's called the MMI port. I'm just going to go back down. I'm going to show you. And this is it here. It's called MMI in. So you're going to use this port. Do not plug HDMI into here. That's where this one goes. And this is your out. And this is if you want to hook it into a PC. So this cable here, to buy these separately, you're probably looking at $50, anywhere from 25 to 50. And given that this one does computer too, I'm guessing it's closer on the 50. And that's something that the UHD 4K Pro doesn't have. So you would have to buy this plug separately and then hook that into there. And I'm not too sure if the HDMI in will still accept that style, but it might. But when it comes to older gear, trying to get things compatible, this would probably be your better choice. Now, on the downside, it's not a 4K recorder. But when you're dealing with things like this, I think that's one of the reasons why it's not. Compatibility issues. So if you're just going to be recording 4K movies, for instance, then maybe the UHD 4K Pro could be the better choice. Who do I think this is for? Well, if you're a person that, likes to go on RV trips, if you're a person that likes to travel, if you're a person that likes to take your movies with you or make them very portable, because you can record them on a micro SD card and then take that SD card out. You just pop out the micro SD card. And of course, I can put this in one of these adapter sleeves if I want to make it bigger. And then I can put that into a reader, or put it directly into a tablet or a phone and then watch my shows on there. The files are compatible, so you can watch your files that way. You don't have to play them on the box. The box is nice that if you want to make sure that you're getting your footage, you can watch it on a portable screen. That 3-inch screen comes in handy. For me as a YouTuber, having that 3-inch screen, and it just shows me, yeah, it's recording, it's capturing. With the UHD 4K Pro, it's capturing in a better resolution, but I'm relying on the lights around the box to kind of give me the indication that, yes, it's recording. With this, it's a no-brainer. I look at the screen, screen's on, says record, we're golden, so it's very good that way. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd really like to thank ClonerAlliance for sending me out the Box Pro. It was a very interesting device, and I do think that it's going to serve many uses on my YouTube channel. I also think it's going to help me with a lot of demonstration videos because I do a lot of streaming boxes and things like that. I also think that if anyone's in the market for a streaming box, that they may want to consider something like this if they want to record from the box onto here, and they can even view their movies or their shows on here. So, it has a remote control. You can plug it into your TV and use it as a player. So it's very handy like that. So anyways, take care, be safe at work, and I will see you at the next video.